Stardate 45,000. I have landed on a planet known simply as the S.A.M. Its people continuously scream, "Welcome to the experience." And the experience has begun.
Oh, that's
We
good.
talked about this last time, but we gotta start with Fast 9. Or F9 as the kids are calling it.
Spoiler alert.
That was an amazing movie.
All right.
It was everything I expected except for John Cena's acting, which honestly may have been the best in the whole movie.
I mean, he is a man who knows how to put on a show.
True.
Dude, he was amazing in that movie. Fucking love John Cena. I've never seen John Cena in a movie until then, and I was expecting it to be garbage, and it was beautiful.
So that's the first one that he's been in of all the Fast and Furiouses?
Yeah, he was a brand new character.
Huh.
They did so much crazy stuff in that movie that just blew my mind. Like, they did an origin story of the Torettos, and they had Vin Diesel's kid play Dom, young Dom.
So
And the whole movie, I'm sitting there going, this kid is amazing playing young Dom. And then I realized that it was this kid.
So is John Cena Dominic Toretto's brother?
Yeah, he's his younger brother.
Okay. And what's he been doing this whole time instead of racing cars? Was he like in a jail or something?
Do you guys want me to spoil it?
Oh yeah, bro. What did I yell at the beginning of the episode?
Oh, good point. Sammy, you go with spoilers?
Yeah, go for it, man.
So, Dom kicks his brother out of the family.
That's
right?
cold.
He thinks that his brother was the reason why his dad died in the race. And because of his dad dying, Dom beats the shit out of a guy with a wrench, and he goes to jail. And that's how he meets the two guys who speak only Spanish in the other movies that help him with heists and stuff. I forgot their names, but that's besides the point. But Dom's little brother became a secret spy and worked with Mr. Nobody, who is Kurt Russell's character in the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, he was Jason
then he
Statham's boss for a while, right? Or
Yeah.
was that a different movie?
That was in the same... He's kind of like everybody's boss. It gets real confusing, but he works for Mr. Nobody, but he goes rogue when he learns about this weapon. Of course, because there's got to be some sort of secret weapon that can destroy the whole universe in any Fast and Furious movie that's past 5, which is something I really don't like, but it's besides the point.
Well,
it's like my only gripe with the movie.
I feel like, I mean, at a certain point, right, when you keep upping the ante, you hit this like human limit of like what kind of story can you tell, where like there's actual drama and there's actual like something to drive the plot forward. And if you keep upping it every movie, you're eventually going to hit a point where like nothing's going to get people invested in the story unless it's a world-ending event. Every series always does this too. But anyway, go ahead.
I gotta be like, nah, dude. I'd be more invested if they went back to just like fucking regular street racing again. But it was a fucking awesome movie.
Well, do you think they'd ever go back to like do some like prequels or something? Because I know sometimes they do like flashbacks, but
if they ever do prequels of like young Dom, I really hope they keep it like super grounded. Even though the first movie wasn't grounded whatsoever, I really hope that it stays grounded.
Well, it was different.
And they don't give just Dom super strength like he has in all the other movies.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at least, like, grounded in the sense that, like, it like, is within human limits, like, the things that the characters do. It's not like, they're not, like, globe-trotting, and they're not, like, doing all kinds of secret quests.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Like in the first movie, they're going to steal DVDs.
That's what, exactly.
DVD players. But if you look at the actual heist that they pull off, it's like fucking impossible. They're using like grappling hook guns, and there's a guy driving and shooting a shotgun at him. It's ridiculous, but it's fucking beautiful. So beautiful.
I mean, Max, Tom already spoiled it for me, but you know they go to space, don't they?
They do go to space, and how they get to space is so well written.
All right, don't spoil that for me.
It just blew my mind. Like, as a Fast fan, as a guy who lives and dies by the 10-second car, I was blown away with how they worked all of the movies into them going to space.
Does it involve grappling hooks?
No, it doesn't involve grappling hooks, but it does involve some Tokyo drifting, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh my, it's going to be awesome.
There was some big Teriyaki Boys energy. But it's like I get that the movie was like, okay, we need a doomsday weapon to like push this plot forward, but they really could have just pulled the whole doomsday weapon out. The doomsday weapon did brought all the players together. But what are you gonna do? And also, there wasn't even enough Han in the movie, which really just, if you're gonna bring back Han, you gotta just give Han the whole movie.
Balls to the wall.
Yeah, because Han is the greatest character in all of Fast Five, all of Fast and Furious.
Well, how did they
How
did they rationalize him coming back? Like, we saw him die on the screen.
So we saw him die in 3, but 3 actually took place during number 7, right?
Okay.
Before 3 happens, Mr. Nobody goes and speaks with Han, and he's like, "Hey, we need to fake your death in order to."
No.
We
No.
need to fake your death so you can get one half of this doomsday weapon and the activation key. And he's like, well, why'd you pick me? And it was like, because Gazelle, who was Gal Gadot's character, who Han was in a relationship with until she died in the Fast movies.
Does she come back?
And then he went to Tokyo.
Does she come back? Is her death fake too, or no?
Nah, she didn't come back.
Not yet. Okay.
Maybe she like, there's no way you could have faked her death. Because she fell out of a fucking plane.
Yeah, but she probably had like she probably like landed in the water or something.
She had a wingsuit on.
Yeah, she had a.
Yeah, she had something on.
I'm sure she's
but
okay.
Han is like, yeah, I'll do it because like I love her, and all of Fast comes on, and he kind of alludes that he's doing this all not to spite DK, but in order to help. DK is the Drift King, is the guy who screws over in Tokyo Drift. And it looks like he's just doing it all to help the activation key, and because the activation key is a fucking person, because it's got to be a person, and Mr. Nobody. So Mr. Nobody fakes the car crash that Jason Statham actually does. But Jason Statham doesn't realize that it's faked in episode 7 or Fast 7.
I love the retconning. Just
Yeah. Well,
don't even believe
Han
your
was supposed to die in 3, but they were like, we love this character too much for him to die. So then they just set 3 in the future.
It's just amazing.
Yeah. And they brought some of the Tokyo Drift people back, and it's supposed to be like 3 or 4 years after Tokyo Drift, and they did not age well. They did not. They look like they're in their 40s in the movie.
A lot happened in
and
3
they're supposed
years.
to be like 26. Because even like in that movie, most of them are teenagers, yet they're all played by like 26, 27-year-old people. Because they're all in high school. But god damn, is that one of the best the best Fast movies.
Listen, they have different. People look different in Japan, dude. Children look like adults.
Yeah, dude. But dude, the experience of going to a movie theater is something I think we can get rid of.
Wait, for real?
Dude, I did not enjoy the time at the movie theater I went to.
What?
Why is
Now
that?
I'm going to see Black Widow soon at a different theater, and I hope that's going to make it better.
Wait, go back though. What was wrong with the movie theater?
Well, you guys know I am a big home theater guy. I do have a home theater in my basement.
You're spoiled.
So I'm spoiled. Like, I can pause it to go pee. I can go get snacks. I can do whatever I want to do. Right? I go into the movie theater. It's 4th of July. I have snuck a Sonic 12-inch chili cheese dog down my pants.
What?
And I enter the movie theater. I find a great seat right in the middle. There's nobody there. And of course, I'm so nervous about being late that I'm fucking 30 minutes early. So I sit there, and there's the trailers come on, and there's maybe one or two other people in the movie theater. I think the movie was supposed to start at 12. The trailer started at 12, which is something I forgot about going into the whole experience. And as soon as the trailers start, a whole family of people that aren't speaking English come in to the theater yelling at each other, and they sit right behind me. And the whole time, the kids kick my seat.
Oh, dude.
I was going to move, but it was a principle of a thing, you know?
Right. You're just like I'm not doing anything wrong. Why should I change my behavior?
Yeah.
You know, maybe the kids are just going to get tired, but
They did not.
they did not.
They ran up and down the stairs half the movie.
Are there adults or were they just like unsupervised?
No, there was adults, every generation. It was a grandparents, 2 sets of parents, and a handful of kids.
And nobody could be bothered to like say like, "Hey, sit
No,
down."
because the parents and the grandparents were talking the whole movie.
Oh, dude, that's so. There's no excusing that. There really isn't.
Yeah.
That's just such poor behavior.
And you gotta sit in like a gross ass seat that you know that they didn't clean beforehand.
Oh, it's got like sweat on it and
It's like
soda,
fucking wet.
candy.
sticky, and there's fucking popcorn everywhere. It's like I'm walking at a Texas goddamn Roadhouse with peanut shells everywhere. God, I hate movie theaters. But I'm hoping that this one we're going to, because the one I went to was in a mall because it was the close one, and I didn't want to be bothered to drive a half an hour to the good movie theater.
Makes sense.
So I went to the bad one. So really, it's kind of my fault. But I kind of think movie theaters can die. I don't think we really need them.
It's surprising that they didn't like totally get buried after COVID. You know,
Yeah.
like a few near me closed down, but there's still a few that are kicking.
The one up by, shout out to the University of Oklahoma, stayed open, and they sold like dollar tickets, and they were just playing like super old movies.
That's how it's got to
Constantly.
be. That's how it's got to be. Go back to like the cheap ticket. Then it's
Yeah.
worth it because then at least you're paying for that $1 experience as opposed to the like $18 experience just to get like kicked and have to like step on like old candy and stuff like that.
Oh, AJ, you're about to make me racist.
Oh no, Max, come on. We cannot lose any more
AMC
sponsors.
is
No.
the worst company I've ever seen.
AMC?
AMC. I think they do the movie theaters too,
Well,
right?
you want to
do a
hear
lot of
something? Yeah, they do. But there's so AMC, right? There's a movie theater near me. It's colloquially known as the big one because it's just like
biggest
huge.
theater.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I've been going there since like the age of 0 basically. It's been around forever, is what I'm saying. You'd go there for like school field trips, for camp stuff, and then even when I was a camp counselor, we used to take kids there. It's just how ubiquitous this place is.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were like independent for the longest time, and then I think they got bought up by maybe Lowe's. I don't know if you guys have Lowe's near you, but
Like the home improvement store?
no, it's slightly different. There's a Lowe's theater like chain, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was just where I live. But anyway, I might have just doxed myself, but moving on. And then after that, they sold out to AMC, right? And as soon as they sold out to AMC, they decided to redo this theater, like, modernize it. And it actually turned out really nice. But it reopened after the modernization like 1 month before COVID hit, and now the place is closed. So
Oof.
there's literally a brand new huge theater there that's totally just empty and going to probably be torn down. So that you kind of hate to see. but
Well, maybe
what are you gonna
that's
do?
why I was about to commit a racism.
Well, I'm here to tell you that AMC isn't all bad, Max.
I don't know. They're pretty bad. Because first off, when I bought my ticket online, it cost me $2 extra just to buy it online.
I believe
Didn't
it.
get to reserve my seat. Didn't get to pick where I was gonna sit. Didn't know where other people were gonna sit.
I believe
And
it.
they caused me a $2 convenience fee. Yet they didn't tell me how to get my freaking ticket. So I had to wait in line at the ticket booth, walk over to the lady because they changed it. Because now it used to be a Carmike cinema. I don't know if you guys ever had those.
No.
But Carmike had a ticket booth where you would order your tickets at. Well, now all of the ticket stuff is by the concession stand. So it's like tempting people to buy just overpriced popcorn.
Of course.
Which I refuse to buy. I will only sneak in 12-inch long Sonic chili cheese dogs.
That's what you have to
anytime
do.
I go to the theater.
That's what you have to do.
But I walk over to the lady and I'm like, "Hey, I bought my ticket online," and then she refused to tell me where I needed to go, and I was like, "Isn't this your job? Like, help me out here." And then they're like, "Oh, you paid the convenience fee. You got to go walk over there, and he'll give you your ticket." And then I just had to walk over to the shady dude standing in the corner. He didn't even have an AMC vest on. He was just some random guy with a gun, like one of those like scan guns.
Oh, okay.
And he scanned my phone, and it took him like an hour to print my ticket out. And I was like, this isn't convenient at all.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my racism rant.
I wouldn't say that's racism, Max. It's just
That
more.
was-
What race are you railing against right here?
Dude, I'm against the AMC, dude.
Now, would Lowe's
All
find
my
that
homies hate the
discriminatory or like
AMC.
just AMC?
Just AMC.
Okay.
I'm racist against that one movie theater chain. I did remember watching The Martian in that movie theater with you, Sam. Do you remember that?
You did not watch that with me.
Maybe it was we watched Zootopia together. I watched The Martian with some of the boys, and it took like 4 hours to get through the movie.
Yeah, that wasn't me. I have yet to see The Martian. We saw Zootopia. I'm fairly sure we saw it together.
Yeah, I remember.
Why did we watch
I remember
Zootopia together?
We like did it on like a whim. We were like, dude, let's go see a movie. Because we went for ice cream, I think, which was next to a mini golf place, but we didn't go mini golfing. And then we were just like, fuck it, let's go see Zootopia.
Yeah.
And then that movie was racist.
True. It's tragic what they did to the sheep at the end.
I don't remember what they did with the sheep at the end. I don't even remember the sheep.
All right, so it turns out, dude, that the big villain at the end was the sheep the whole time, who was racist against the predators.
Well, more spoilers.
Yeah,
by the way.
spoiler alert, by the way. All right, if you guys don't.
Okay,
Dude,
I think we're fine. Zootopia came out a long time ago.
so did Fast and Furious 3.
Yeah, but we talked about 9 most of the time. That came out like 2 months ago, maybe a month ago. Anyways, there's gonna be Fast 10, and that's all that matters.
Oh, that's exciting.
I think it's Fast 10 and Fast 11.
Is it
and I think after 11 they're done?
Is it called Fast 10 Your Seatbelt?
I saw that and I almost threw up in my mouth.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm about
Come on.
to commit another racism.
No, Max, come on. We're
I'm about to do it. Okay, Fast 5, great title, right?
yeah.
Fast and Furious 6, horrible title. Furious 6, great title. Why didn't they go with Furious 6?
What makes you think Furious 6 is like a superior title?
Because it fits the Fast 5, Furious 6 motive that they were going for.
Oh yeah, it could have been pretty cool.
Yeah, but then they were just like, we're going to reshoot all these movies, or we're going to bring back these movies, and we're going to start with Fast and Furious 4 and just call it Fast and Furious to confuse the crap out of everybody who's watched any of these movies. Because it's Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift, then Fast and Furious, Furious 5, Fast and Furious 6. I don't remember what 7 is. I think it may just be Fast and Furious 7. and then F8
Fate
and
of the
F9.
8, dude.
Dude, V8 would have been a good name for the movie too.
V8,
Anyways, that's
wow.
my rant on Fast and Furious. That took 19 minutes.
All right.
What's up with you guys?
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Busy, dude. Still on the work grind. I signed up for a new what's it called? Guess job applying website.
Oh,
Yeah,
which one?
it's ZipRecruiter. I don't know if you guys have ever used
Dude,
that.
I've used ZipRecruiter and it made me real sad.
Yeah, I'll tell you what sucks about it is that you can't organize. There's like it has okay. Every other job site has really nice like filters is the word I'm looking for, right? Where you can like
Yeah.
you could do like location, you can like do like degree, you could do like distance, stuff like that. ZipRecruiter has a few, but what it doesn't have is a degree level or like, position level filter, right? So it's like, okay, congratulations, here's 200 matches, and you're going through them, and every single one is like 2 to 5 years experience, 8 years experience,
Well,
3 years experience.
for the 2 to 5 years experience, you just gotta apply anyway, man.
You think?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you're underqualified, bro, you just apply. The worst they can tell you is no. The best they can tell you is we'll teach you on the job.
To tell you the truth, the best thing about ZipRecruiter and why I am still on it is because it has it really matches you with a lot of jobs that allow you to do one click or like really simple applications, which
That's
I know
true.
is like the dumbest. It was like the dumbest thing ever to like prioritize something like that. But holy shit, it is such a pain in the ass to fill
Oh
out
yeah.
these long job applications over and over and over again for these sites and for these places, knowing they're just never gonna even like message you
Yeah.
back. And you're like, I just spent like an hour and a half out of my day like giving you like a comprehensive answer to your like little online questionnaire. I went and made sure every detail's correct, and you can't even be bothered to like call me up and leave me a voicemail saying like thanks for the application. So, if they're not going to give me the time and place, like I'm just going to do this in mass. I'm just going to get as many out there as I can. We're going with the shotgun method, boys, where you just shoot as many pellets at once and hope that something hits.
This is known as the
That's how you
Tinder
gotta do it.
approach.
Well, yeah, it is. And maybe I was just being naive the whole time. Where I'm sitting around and saying, "Oh, I'll do the research and I will find like very specific jobs that like are the one." I'm just going to find it like after hours of searching and only do a few applications because I feel like I'm most qualified and I fit these best. But that's never the case. After I've been like had my heart broken like several times already, I'm like, forget it. I got to take the Theo method here and just start throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, from everyone I've heard, like unless you already have like an in, like I don't know, like get an
That
internship
too.
early on or something, it's just a numbers game, man. You just gotta put just a level of applications out.
That's true.
Yeah.
It was a hard truth for me to come around to this, Sam. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I've kind of it took a while for me to shift gears on that. Is all I'll say.
Now I do enjoy the one-click method of ZipRecruiter, but half the time the people don't care and they're like, "Here, fill this application out. We like your shit."
Well,
And then they'll call you in for an interview and then they'll be like, "We don't like you that much."
no, I'll tell you what is the worst so far is when it's like, okay, it's a one click. Okay, the first page says, here, you can upload your resume. I'm like, great, I'll just do that right now. You upload your resume, and then on the next page it says, okay, now you're going to put in everything you just put in with the resume. It's like,
Yep.
then why'd you need my resume to begin with? I could have just typed all this shit out for you anyway. Like, what a pain in the
They're
ass.
looking for them keywords, man.
Well, it's like, what were they thinking? Why does it have to be so? Why do they have to give you this runaround? It
'Cause
really,
their algorithm can't read the keywords.
bro, and that
They need to make you feel
dude,
special.
Max, now you got me going on a rant. Okay,
We got a rant.
no,
Come on, let's go.
the fact, okay, these online applications and the whole like automated on the internet like system of doing this is so shit. It's so impersonal, and it makes you just feel it's dehumanizing. It really is. Like I'm just like reading words and clicking on things on a screen. I'm like, this doesn't even feel real. Like there's no
Yep.
like it's one thing to like walk down the street and like go like shake hands with somebody and sit down in a room and interview. And then this isn't even that. This is like a step even before that, and it's just it's endless and it's dehumanizing, and I can't stand it, honestly. It really bothers me. I've looked into so many other options. I've looked into like hiring a professional to just do this shit for me because it's just not for me. I've tried.
Wait, there's people who specialize in this?
Well, there's like career specialists, right? I've looked into this.
Yeah.
You've got career specialists, then you've got headhunters and recruiters who are supposed to like find you, quote unquote. But in order for that to happen, you have to like already be like out there, so to speak. Like you already need to like have like connections and you need to already like be working somewhere. Like my friend, he was working somewhere right out of college, and then he got approached by like a recruiter for like a bigger company that like literally did all the work for him and was like, "Look, we don't care about this. Like, do you think you can come over?" And he's like, "All right. Like, what are you going to offer me?" They offered him more, and then it was done. So like, I guess like it's sort of like a momentum thing. Like once you get the ball rolling, I guess it gets easier. But damn, just taking these first few steps is just misery.
Oh yeah. And it's gonna be misery for a long time, but eventually you'll find a place, and then you'll hate it after you get hired.
True.
Dude. But here's the thing, and maybe this should be me being naive again, but the way I see it is that at least once you're in somewhere, you're going to start meeting people, you're going to start talking to people, and you're going to be able to gauge whether you're like comfortable where you are. I'm not saying happy, but I'm saying comfortable where you are, or if you're going to want to pivot to like a different part of the field or like a slightly different like department. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but that's at least what a lot of my friends have done. So I'm just doing it based off of what I've heard.
Yeah, I can agree.
Max, and
Sucks.
to quote you here, man, this work shit is for the birds.
It really is.
Dude, this work shit really is for the birds. Dude, imagine being Sam and getting a degree to do this shit.
To do what shit?
God, it makes me so angry that thinking that Sam's gonna fucking follow in our footsteps and get a job.
What do you mean? No, Max. I mean, Sam, it's overrated, dude. Skip. Just
Yeah, it's just Sam. Let's buy a van and let's hit the road.
Yo, my God, Max. I was listening to your van takes from last week. It's good stuff, man. You made a very solid argument.
The only issue I have with the van is you have to spend a lot of money to get one. Or you get like a crappy one. It takes a while to refurbish. But you don't get a shower. Like you can build a shower, but you have to have an extra wide, extra long van to do it, to make it happen.
Yeah, unless you have unless you have like a proper RV, you're just not gonna have a shower.
Yeah.
Or an outdoor shower, or just like a hose you stick to the top or something.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people who do have like a 5-gallon tank, like a real long, thin one that they put on their like roof rack, and it heats up in the sun, and then you have hot outdoor showers.
Probably doesn't
pretty
feel
solid.
nearly as good as it sounds though.
Yeah, solar shower.
Yeah.
Solar shower. I think they're called.
So Sam, what are you packing in your Sprinter van?
My Sprinter van?
Yeah, you buy it. What are you putting in it to make it feel like home?
Alright, first thing I'm putting in it is a gym membership.
There you go.
That way, because I'm not having a shower in my van. It's kind of...
I see what you're saying. You get the gym membership, that way you have access to showers.
You have access to showers. You have access to working out. Sometimes you get access to a sauna.
Free pizza on Thursdays. We'd love to see it.
Let me see, dude. Man, I don't even know, bro. I would probably be pretty like empty, to be honest, dude. I'll have like maybe like a mobile game console like the Switch or something, but I wouldn't have like a full on like PC or anything. I wouldn't have like a huge TV. You can put a couple books in there. Put a space heater in there.
Dude, you gotta have Mr. Buddy in there.
Man.
No, nothing to cook with? No hot plate?
I guess so. You gotta have one of those, but I'm not a big fan of a lot of like regular hot plate foods, you know?
What do you mean by hot plate foods?
The kind of stuff that you can easily cook on a hot plate. Unless I guess you can get like a pretty bigger one, but I've only really been
Yeah, you
exposed.
get like a camping stove.
Yeah.
I've seen that they've pulled out RV ovens and put them in there. And RV ovens are just like smaller versions of your typical oven. Most of the time, they can fit a whole DiGiorno pizza inside, so they're pretty big.
So what are some things
Well,
that
at least it's
you
not
would have
delivery.
in your van, Max?
Definitely, definitely a projector. I'm being a fucking POS right now, but I would like to have the home master race at home. I would like to have a solar panel, so I can be charging off the wild. Maybe a little laptop, like a Chromebook or something. Actually, a Chromebook really wouldn't work because I wouldn't have internet connection often.
Yeah, you could buy like a 5G card.
Yeah, I'd do something like that. I did watch this guy who has a gaming computer in his setup. He had like a laptop that he hooked to a monitor. And with all of his solar setup, he had like 16 hours of playing World of Warcraft before his whole van would shut off.
I gotta be real
And
though. What's the point of that though?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess people really like video games more than the adventure, I guess.
But then what I'm
I
saying
mean,
is,
if you
why
think
even
about
go
it-
in the first place?
Well, I think he was doing it for just being like the freedom of it.
I guess. What? So you can
But
drive
there
out
was
to
some
like
really
Yosemite National Park and like play World of Warcraft in the parking lot? Like,
I did see some really cool clips of him playing WoW on his computer when the van door was open because his desk was right next to the van door, and then outside he had a fire going, and like it was this like beautiful nature scene. But at that point, like, why even go? Like, why not just park somewhere and then play World of Warcraft?
that's what I'm saying. Just seems like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But-
Maybe I'm missing something.
I mean, you can argue the same thing with why even have a projector, but eventually it's gonna rain.
Well, that's not necessarily true because you're not going to be watching movies like all the time. Like if you build a dedicated like gaming like station within the van,
Yeah.
like you're going to be using all the time. Like a movie projector, like I'm assuming it's going to be on the outside, like it projects up against the side of the van, right?
No, dude.
Well, how's it going to work
Have
in
it
the
project
inside?
against the privacy sheet.
Yeah, but
Because you got to have something to divide the driving section with the back, just in case you're like parked in like a normal parking lot and need
Well,
to
But
hide.
do you have enough
that
space
makes
for that, though?
sense. Yeah, I was going to say that makes.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them do it.
All right.
You just don't project as like you don't project 80 inches. You project like 60.
I
Like
if
the
the
diagonal.
logistics work out, then there you go. Why not?
Yeah, I watched a guy. He had a PS5 on connected to his projector. He was playing one of the newest Spider-Man games on the bed sheet. I thought it was pretty dope.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
But AJ, what'd you have in your van?
Well, to tell you the truth, man, you got to have a cooking station. I would say that's a priority for me.
Oh yeah, got
Right?
to.
Like
How big?
Yeah, well, yeah, like it, at least prioritize that over a lot of other stuff. You got to have the ability to cook delicious foods no matter where you are, because like I'm okay eating out of a can and eating little hot plate foods for like some amount of time, but I'd also prefer the ability to cook foods at my own leisure.
So you're gonna have like a 3-burner stove.
Yeah.
Piece.
Yeah, pots and pan, like a nice set of pots and pans. Not like maybe full size, but like enough for one person, where you can make some multi-dish meals.
There you go.
It just seems like something you'd really get tired of if you had to eat
Oh yeah,
canned
definitely.
food and hot plate food like consistently.
I don't know. I eat chicken, rice, and broccoli constantly, and I have not gotten tired of it.
But you're not making that in a microwave or on a hot plate. You're using a stove.
Yeah.
You're,
Yeah,
Well, you
you're
could make the
seasoning
whole
that
thing
stuff up.
in a hot plate.
well, Max, you're
It
just
would
built
be
different, dude.
tedious.
You're just built different.
It could be. But I agree. You'd probably get bored of it.
I don't know. That's
Here's
just
one thing that none of us thought of.
toilet.
We need a place to sleep.
Oh, I thought that was understood though.
Yeah, it should
Like-
probably comes
Yeah, I
with
guess
the
it is
van.
understood.
Well,
But how
okay.
big of a bed would you go? Would you go a twin or would you go full?
Well, the one thing I would say is, I actually just, do you know who Doug DeMuro is?
No.
Sam, do you know?
Nope.
He's that weird. Okay, he's like a very famous car guy on YouTube. He's kind of a weird guy, but he makes very good content. Anyway, he just did a review of like a classic 70s like Dodge Ram camper van, which was in Max. This thing is, I gotta say in this video, it's in pristine condition, like right
I'm
out of.
watching it right after we do this.
Yeah, right.
I already got a chub.
Right out of like when it was made in the 70s. Okay, so everything's wood, but basically it doesn't have a bed. It's because it has the back seats, which are like just like bench seats, kind of like fold down into like a bed. So my question to you is, would you prefer to have a dedicated bed, or are you okay with like a couch or a bench that converts into a bed?
Dedicated bed.
Dedicated feels so much better after a couple weeks, honestly.
Especially if this is a long-term thing. Say like minimum of 1 year.
Oh,
You're gonna want to have a real
dedicated
bed.
Cause you don't have a lot of room for like long-term luxury, so you gotta go find them where you can, and like the bed and the food.
When we went down to Carolina for a music festival a couple of years ago, LP was there. The whole crew.
Dog was there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dox everybody, but you know who was there. There wasn't enough room for everybody, so I basically slept on the floor. Meanwhile, LP had the luxury suite in the back all to herself. To be fair, she recently had a medical procedure done, so she needed like an actual bed to sleep.
And she also was the girl, so she got the pick.
Yeah, okay, that goes without saying. But really, what I mean is, yeah. But sleeping on a floor of an RV is not fun. Is my point. So real bed, definitely the move.
Why don't we just nix the van and just do a small RV?
Well, that's what I'm saying. At that point, you might as well do that.
Like, you could have like a little living room. You could have your driving spot. You could have like a decent sized kitchen, a okay sized fridge. I think have your own little room in the back.
I think it's a matter of convenience because it's and trade offs too. Because once you start going larger, you just have more stuff to worry about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have you got to worry about like your water tanks and your propane and your butane and your AC units. Whereas if you just
having to drive around just this massive brick of a vehicle.
Yeah, it's not easy. You're sort of limited in the places that you can take it. If you just have a converted van, like you could drive that through the middle of a city if you wanted to.
Only issue with the that argument is you basically have everything besides it's not as big. You still have to worry about tanks and AC and all that jazz.
That's true.
But it is definitely easier to navigate. It's nimble.
Trade-offs.
It's like the centipede.
Trade-offs, man.
Have you guys remember that song?
What?
Centipede by Knife Party?
I've never heard of this song in my life.
You probably have, Sam. Knife Party was big for a couple years. Like right around the end of at least my high school time. They were
me and you were starting high school, Sam.
Well, they were like in that whole like Skrillex like what kind of music is that, Max? It's not like
it's like dubstep.
Yeah, yeah, okay. That's what I was gonna say EDM, but that's not
the genre that died.
Yeah.
That genre was like a fireball, and all of a sudden it ran out of gas.
Because it was such a fad. It was just it was so unsustainable. After a while everything sounded the same.
It does sound the same, but there are some songs you listen to now and you're like, wow, this really hits.
Oh yeah, it was very hype music. Like a lot of good energy behind it. I'll say that. However, there's just only so far you could take it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Now, like, electronic music is still pretty good. Like, that's still got its own little, like, its own thing. But dubstep was, like, kind of like the subgenre of electronic music, which brought electronic music, like, into the whole scene.
Oh, all right.
And then all of a sudden, dubstep just disappeared.
I have an extremely controversial electronic music take.
Go ahead. Go for it.
I'll drop that take right after the ad read.
I have some very depressing news, boys. Another week rolls by and we still don't have an ad read. Officially, we are over $1 million in debt from the amazing production value of this show. The issue is that Sam will not stop simping for the mouse and mainland China. The only thing that will help us from this immense financial loss is the amazing number of 13s support and sending in massive amounts of postcards so we have topics to talk about. Because someone is the only one who brings topics to the table, and his initial starts with M. And we're back at it like a bad habit. Let's hear this hot take.
Right. So, maybe I'm just being ignorant. So, yeah, electronic music, right? Most of it's generated via a computer. Am I wrong?
No, it's basically all generated via computer.
I understand that in and itself takes a lot of talent, right? You have to actually know music in order to like compose music, right? However, what other than like just getting like really fucked up on drugs and alcohol and listening to loud music, what's the point of an electronic music concert? Because there's
there's like none.
It's
doing drugs.
Well, because it's like it's advertised the same as like live music, but it's not. It's just somebody like throws like a disc on like a playlist and just like lets it rip. Like I understand there's some tweaking and like curating that whoever the artist is does, but ultimately you're not playing the music live. You're just playing around with it in such a way that you're giving a performance, and that in and of itself is very exciting and fun and everything, but versus going to see like an actual live band play a performance, it just feels like you can't even compare the two.
And we're going to hard cut to the meter where Sam will determine how hot this take was. Sam, what do you think?
Honestly, that was a bit hotter than I was expecting. He's railing against the entire concept of electronic concerts. I didn't expect him to just try to destroy a entire just like subgroup right there.
An entire industry, some would say.
I'm gonna give
Did I go too far?
Like, those green peppers you get at the store, dude. If you don't take the seeds out, dude, they just melt your tongue.
Yeah, how many green peppers would you rate this? How many jalapenos would you rate this?
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna give it like at least 3.
Damn, that's a pretty good score. Now, AJ, continue the rant.
No, I hope I don't sound too like, elitist, because I just happen to be a fan of like live rock music, but I also have a lot of friends who go to like concerts for like electronic artists. I'm like, all right, you're going there just to like drop some like acid and like vibe in a large crowd of people listening to loud music, which I guess if that's your scene, fine, enjoy, but it's not a concert. It's not live music.
What's the point of going to like say a rave, for example, AJ?
Yeah, but then a rave is like at least in like a dark basement somewhere.
Okay, so it's
like,
the venue, it's the setting that gets you, right?
Right. Where you can hide from God's glorious sight and stay out of his holy gaze. But no. I mean, all right. Maybe I was a bit too harsh. If that's your thing.
No, dude, that's totally fine.
No,
because I have an even hotter take.
Regarding what?
Just music in general.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I don't want to go see the artist live. They sound better on the fucking pooter.
See, that's where you're wrong, though. That's where you're wrong.
No, they definitely do sound better on the pooter.
Depends on the artist, honestly.
It depends on the artist. Thank you, Sam. 100%. Max, you just...
Anytime I'm listening to the radio and they play, this is a live track from their concert, I just turn the radio off for 3 minutes and sit in silence.
You're listening to the wrong artist then, Max.
Maybe the right artist, honestly, because there are some artists, man, who sound amazing live, but then the second you get to like the actual recorded stuff, bro, I don't know who was mixing for this person or whatever, but they did not earn their paycheck.
Damn. Sam just destroyed that engineer's whole life.
But it's true. I mean, a lot of the energy, a lot of like the layers, and a lot of the like, just the vibe can get destroyed by the mixing. And then you just left with like.
I mainly listen to rap music, so rap concerts to me are so boring to watch.
And I'm not trying to argue against rap in general, but like that just doesn't seem like the type of stuff that would be as good in a live setting. I mean, again, I can't really base it on anything. I haven't really been to a large-scale
all they do
rap
is they
concert.
just play their
but-
song and then they say a couple of the words.
So I guess, yeah,
It's like basically the electronic music thing.
I didn't want to make that
like that same
comparison, but if it
thing.
is, then it is. I mean, there's
But like, do I really need to see someone who doesn't have auto-tune and plays guitar in front of me? No, I can just watch a video or I can plug in my headphones, listen to it on the phone.
to each his own, Max.
Anyways, enough about music rants.
Fine.
We got to talk about the hot topic in this room right now.
We got another hot topic?
Yeah, we were supposed to do a guest and a cold open, but we didn't do either of those this week.
Well, I think we forgot to book a guest. That's what happened.
Well, here's the thing is I definitely could have booked a guest, but I forgot to book a guest.
Oh, no.
And then I realized that today was Friday.
Yeah, this week kind of snuck up on me too, man, to be honest.
Yeah, like I think we're going to see I have a special somebody who I think would be pretty good on the cast.
Oh, that's hype.
That I'm going to see if she's available next week.
Flames.
Which when they're seeing this, she would already have recorded, but we're getting too deep in the weeds.
Right, that's some weird time paradox type.
So we definitely forgot to do that.
Okay. That's all
That
right.
was another drop the ball Sam experience.
No, because you know what? It's a learning experience.
Yeah, it's the S.A.M experience.
No, because we're going to drop the ball next week, too.
Max, I got to be honest with you. Bobby, our producer, he's been withholding pay. I haven't gotten a paycheck in months.
Well, you got to listen to the ad read, and that's why we're not getting paid. We're actually $1 million in debt right now because Sam keeps on simping to the
No,
fucking
we are
mouse.
$1 million in debt right now because we were prepared to court the mouse, and you ruined it, as usual.
Well, no. Companies were coming to me, and they were saying, hey, we would love to support your podcast. We'll give you actual money, real money, in order to advertise on your podcast, but you just have to take everything back about the mouse. And I said, fuck that simp shit. All my boys hate the mouse. Free Hong Kong.
No. What has Hong Kong ever done for us?
I don't know. It's been pretty cool people.
How many viewers
They
do we
just
have
got-
from Hong Kong? How many listeners do we have from Hong Kong?
Probably
Oh,
none.
well.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Logistically, probably none. I think all of our viewers are probably somewhere sitting on a coast in the United States of America.
We have a pretty narrow audience, and we need to increase our just international appeal.
And you think we're gonna do that by simping to the
Dude,
mouse?
the whole world loves the mouse, man.
I don't know. Hong Kong doesn't love the mouse.
Have you talked to anybody from Hong Kong? I hear they love the mouse over there.
Quit simping, dude.
Quit simping? You telling me?
Sam, is this podcast just for monetary gain?
No, this podcast is for journalistic integrity. It's for letting the people hear what they want to hear, and we can do that best by increasing our
By
ties.
suppressing the people of Hong Kong.
No.
By stomping anybody that the mouse doesn't like.
That's what you want to call it. It's a strange way of saying. I can put things in the worst possible light too, but it doesn't make it any less good.
I really like how Sam's like, hey, we got to have integrity. And by integrity, we're just not going to report on any of the real shit that matters.
We just talked about Fast 3 and Fast 7 today, and Fast 9.
Yeah. And all of those really
Exactly.
matter.
So what are you talking about? We just had a long report on things that mattered.
Good point. Touche. Anyways, we're not going to get any ads until Sam revokes his mouse.
You guys are really asking for trouble.
Thank you.
What do you
AJ.
mean?
Look, all I'm saying is, Max, I'm pretty sure last week you said you don't like politics, you don't want to get politically active, but here we are every week.
We're not talking about.
Well, we're talking about the
We're
mouse.
not talking about
And the mouse
politics.
is just a dictator we're going to overthrow.
Oh, okay.
That's not politics.
All right, Max.
The mouse controls the entertainment, dude. Your buddy in the podcast, he wanted to hear all about this, about us getting political. I'm about to get Alex Jones in this piece.
Anyway,
We're about to start the segment. We're gonna start the segment, boys. It's time for presidential pitches.
Oh,
Simple game, boys. It's simple. We're getting political. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
You have one topic to stand on. This is your topic. This is what your presidential campaign relies on. And you got to tell your party affiliation before you start. Do you guys want me to begin?
Yeah, kick it off.
Yeah, I think you got to start this.
I, Max of the S.A.M experience, represent the fast house of Parliament. Is that what happens? Is this showing that I know nothing about social studies?
Max, wait. You live in England. What are you talking about? How do you not know this?
Oh, good point. Touche.
I
did say that the other time.
Are you not familiar? You don't know how the government works over there?
No, dude, I have not studied any social studies.
Shocking.
Anyways, back to my pitch. This is the one thing I truly care about. You get one pass. If you poop your pants in public, you report it that you did it, and nobody can judge you. You get that one pass.
Can you support why this needs to be a thing? This platform?
I think it just would make everybody a lot more happy.
This is an extreme stance to take.
Let's be honest with you. If you haven't pooped your pants in your adult life, I can't trust you because you're a liar.
Interesting. That's a hard line stance to take.
Yep.
Hey, what are your thoughts on this platform here?
All right. I actually feel personally offended by this take, Max. And I'll tell you why. Because I work in an office that has small rooms, and I spend a lot of time in close proximity to people who already tend to smell pretty not great to begin with. So having every other person, or having a person, let's say once a month even, who comes in with a full load of shit in their pants.
Okay, you're misconstruing what I'm saying.
I'm though?
Saying if you poop your pants, you don't just let it sit. It's just and nobody can judge you for it. You leave. You clean yourself.
Where are they gonna go? They're gonna go to our bathrooms and clean that up in our bathrooms?
Yeah, they're tossing their undies in your trash can, dude.
Max, that is still in my office. It doesn't go away.
Well, maybe you should be on ZipRecruiter more.
Max, I'm just trying, dog. I'm trying. God, come on. Why you gotta do me dirty like that?
How are you gonna come at my presidential pitch?
Because there's no excuse for shitting your pants.
No, you get one. You get one time. After that time, you report it and nobody can judge you.
Bro, I just don't think that's gonna fly for me.
You're not gonna vote for the fast party?
Nah,
You tell me you're gonna vote for the Schmuck Sam?
Fuck, that's not my party name.
It's an irreconcilable difference, Max. Until circumstances in my life change, I cannot abide this new legislature.
Trust me, you're one visit from Taco Bell away from wishing that I was the president.
I'm one milkshake away, Max.
Dude, pray to the lactose tablet in your wallet right now.
You know what's the scariest thing? Whenever I go out, like, away from where I am, I always am like, the first night or first, like, meal I have whenever I'm away, I always go way too hard, and then the next day I wake up and I'm like, oh my god, I have, like, 3 more days in this foreign location, and my stomach already hurts.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's bad. I do this every single time, so.
That's the best part about vacation.
Yeah, it's the best.
Fucking up your stomach.
Oh, is it what? Do you fuck up your stomach too?
Oh yeah, dude. When I was on vacation, I just ate whatever I wanted. I ate a whole jar of peanut butter one day.
No,
and that's why I'm pitching. We should be able to shit our pants at least one time without being judged.
You're starting to sway me.
Okay, that is my presidential speech from House Fast.
I got the weak tum tum.
What do you guys got?
So, I've been thinking about this for a while now, right? All right, you guys know, dude, politics, especially in America. So you might know this, Max, since you live in England, but we live in America over here, and here, politics are becoming extremely polarized, right? And I have found a solution.
Wait, for real, Sam?
Yeah, it's.
Wait, what's your party's name? Are you gonna tell us later?
Yeah, it's coming later.
Okay.
So, well, it's actually coming right now, but we of the old guard, all right? We're called the old guard because this is what we want to do. We want to go back. We want to go back to before But this going back also means we're gonna go forward. We want to institute a monarchy, but not a single monarchy. A monarchy in every single state. All 50 states now have a king and a queen, and every 4 years, these states they each have to battle to become the president of the United States. And each king or queen,
It's like Hunger Games.
essentially, yeah. Honestly, I was originally thinking like just a straight death match from each of the kings and queens in the 50 states, but they could like have a death match in the Hunger Games-esque arena. So we got people like, well, you got one king stabbing another. You also got people getting taken out by like just rotating logs with chainsaws on them.
Holy shit, this is awesome.
And if you manage to survive this bloodbath, right, then also, right. So two representatives from each state, one man, one woman, one king, one queen, and only two people can win. And it's not necessarily from the same state. So you might have like the king of Florida and the queen of Wisconsin, and they have to figure out how to make the country function for the next 4 years.
Sam, I'm loving this idea, but I really feel like it's gonna end up being electrolytes are what plants crave in the future. Have you guys seen Idiocracy?
No,
Nice.
not yet actually.
Who's in that?
Okay,
Who's that?
maybe-
That's like isn't like Dane Cook in that or something?
No, it's Owen. It's Luke Wilson and Dax Shepard, and Terry Crews is in that movie too.
Solid.
Solid. Anyways, I'm loving this idea though.
The Battle
This
Royale.
sounds awesome, dude. Battle Royale every year or every 4 years.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of kings and queens though.
True.
They're gonna have to be pumping out kids in order for this to happen.
You gotta show your
God.
dedication, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be literally like Game of Thrones in every state. That's bonkers. I love it.
Yeah, well,
Who needs to vote anymore, dude?
exactly.
We're voting in the arena to see who gets extra stuff.
Only the strong survive, and the exceedingly lucky, considering the arena setups. But honestly, if your king or queen isn't a lucky person, do you even want them leading the country?
Yeah, dude. Exactly. We need luck. We need luck on our side.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you guys need luck on our side. I'll be just chilling over here with the queen and I guess the prime minister. Yo, shout out to the royal family. I heard they're not good people, but anyways,
It's cringe, dude. Come on.
I don't know anything about them, so
You live there.
yeah. But I had never studied social studies, so I don't know.
That's for the best, honestly. I think ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, dude, straight crab out here.
That was gonna be my second proposal, that we return to crab, but it was a bit beyond the current technological level of my party, so we couldn't go that far back.
Let's see what AJ says because I love
Oh.
return to crab.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm
I
ready.
actually had this conversation. Not well. My answer came about from a different conversation, but I already know what my answer is because I discussed this with somebody not too long ago. So, I guess the name of my political institution would be the one hitter quitter party. Okay,
Uh-oh.
you ready for this? The
Yeah.
only change I would make is that every single person, every single registered voter, we'll say that, is given one state-sponsored pass to punch any politician in the face at any given time, no matter what.
Now, is this, like,
No,
every
hear me
year?
out. Hear me out. Yes, and it renews like on a like maybe like once every like election cycle or maybe once every year. We can work out the details, but the point is that politicians would think twice about saying stupid shit if they knew that any random citizen could cash in their one punch card at any given time and just punch them in the face. Think about it, dude. So many people would stop talking out of their asses. So many people would stop posting cringe. Like the threat of having like some like Joe Blow who lives down the street, like at any time, like you just stop in the middle of a press conference. Or you could be the president of the United States in the middle of like a televised address, and like, Jim Bob from like South Texas can just like walk up to you anytime he wants and punch you in the mouth.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of politicians with major concussion issues.
But see, that's the
Just
thing.
swelling faces.
But you see, Max, the point is for the politicians to change their behavior to not be so shitty, right? The threat of being punched in the mouth is always looming.
Okay.
So
that is pretty
they
bad.
have to start like saying and doing things that are actually, in the benefit of the people they represent, lest the random people get the ability to just punch them in the face. And of course, there's going to be people who abuse this, but you only get one punch. That's the thing, right? And you can only use it this one time on one person. So, like, say you don't like the president, fine, you go punch the president. But that you're already used to, you can't go punch your local politician who's also posting cringe.
But there's one problem with this, right?
Go
So
ahead.
let's say
Sam.
me and my associates in the extremely popular, profitable Old Guard Party, right? We want to institute
Of
our
course.
monarchy. And so your platform takes the lead here, and we can now punch people in the face. What if we all get together and threaten to punch the president in the face unless he institutes the monarchy? Hunger Games.
Okay. Like I said, every single person, every single registered voter gets that one, scot-free punch. I suppose you could, in theory, pool the punches together and form a punch coalition.
Yeah.
Where, you say, well, I've got 500 punches backing me right now. You better just decide to do this. Otherwise, you've got 500 punches coming your way. So I'm seeing sort
It's
of
like a fucking cannon.
I'm just saying, this makes more sense than the current
True.
political, clout system.
Because essentially they're doing the same thing now, just with like money instead of punches.
Yes, dark money and weird, creepy, child touching. So I'm just not into that.
Yeah.
I think having punches at your disposal, just again, just a fist. That's it. You can't put brass knuckles on.
Oh, that was my next
You can't
question.
no. It is just one. You could you could go to the gym and get jacked up, so your punch delivers more of a thing.
But that would increase the overall fitness level of the country, man. A lot of people are very enthusiastic when it comes to politics, and if you could punch your politician in the face, they would become even more enthusiastic, bro. Everybody would be ripped.
Right, and this also
But
just
here's the problem.
All right.
what? Go ahead, Max.
Okay, you punch a politician in the face. They're frail. They're shitting their pants.
Well, stop
Now,
again.
no one's gonna respect them unless you have the "I shit my pants" pass card.
Oh my God, Max.
He might be onto something, honestly.
I see a world in which the two can exist. The punches for poop system, if you will.
The punches for poop system. Are we joining a coalition? Am I running as vice pres?
We might have to. This could be the only way to affect change in any kind of
And
meaningful
then
way.
Sam's gonna come in with his monarchy army, and he's gonna take
All
over.
right, so I could actually be like the I guess the Speaker of the House, right? But here's what I need in exchange for that. So my coalition is a big fan of strong presidents, strong leaders, kings and queens, and we need them to be brave and strong, right? And lucky, don't forget lucky. So I think the politicians should also be allowed one punch back. Now, so therefore,
one punch, but
they're
have,
registered voters too, so they get one punch.
But just the politicians. He's talking about punching the other people.
yeah, so you're allowed to punch.
Oh.
So people can punch you, but you can also deliver a punch back. This would allow politicians a measure to defend themselves, and so they still have to take a punch, right? But if they're not weenies, they can also deliver a punch back
To the citizens.
to the citizens.
No, I think that's cringe, and I
cringe.
would never institute that. Yes, absolutely.
Well,
Because, dude,
why
no,
don't
because
we-
politicians need to be scared of the people, Sam.
True.
This is we need to institute direct rule. None of this bullshit, systems and all kinds of weird, layers upon layers of having power distributed. It's all bullshit.
All right, how
Fuck
about this?
that,
How
okay?
about this? We'll compromise. The politician can exercise the right to punch back before any punches are thrown, but if he chooses to exercise this right, he must punch with bare fist. Meanwhile, the punchers who are punching him are allowed to use other implements to punch, say brass knuckles, glass embedded in your knuckles, other kinds of things.
So, Sam, what you're saying
Glass
is you
embedded in your
basically
knuckles? What?
you basically want to bring dueling back, except like have it be more brutal, but also
Essentially.
be state sponsored.
Look, and see, you still have the politicians being afraid of the people because they are inherently punching from a disadvantage. Therefore, any politician who tries to punch back you can see that the strength, the courage that is there.
This is like Purge Light.
No, I don't think
With
so.
having
I think
state-sponsored
no. Come on, The Purge is the dumbest shit
beef.
ever, Max. It's literally
Hey man,
just no Max. The Purge is just a big fantasy for like stupid Americans who have watched too many like violent television shows as a kid and just want some excuse to like go out and murder their neighbors.
You can't make fun of the
hey man, I'm
purge
just
just
going
because
off of
they
what
have
I.
a low voter count. They're a valid
Wait,
political
what?
I'm just
party.
going off of what
Oh
I've
my!
seen in the trailers.
No further comments on The Purge. I rest my.
We'll settle this in the comment section.
I s-
Tell us what you guys think. Who won the presidential pitch? God, that was a fun
Yeah, that was
game.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm into that. That was I didn't really know where you were gonna take it because I think you mentioned it to me, but that's good. That's quality stuff.
Dude, the presidential pitch?
Um,
Fire.
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay. So you ready for my topic? I don't
Yeah.
know if you saw it in the group. I posted it earlier, but
I did see. I didn't know what you were getting at.
oh, okay. Well, it's really straightforward. It's basically, do you have a lucky number? If so, why is it that number? And like, is there a story as to why it is? And like, what's the whole deal with it? Because some people like are associated with a number, like they just happen to like have a lucky number. Maybe they're like superstitious. Maybe it's like I don't know. Like my mom, like she has 3 kids, so she's like, all right, three's my lucky number. It could be something that simple. So, yeah. Do either of you
Well,
have
I'm not
answer to
lucky at
that?
all.
Well, maybe lucky isn't the word, but is there like a number that you like have some attachment to, have some like
So, in this
thing?
case,
No.
I'll kick us off.
Okay, so go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
Big fan of the number 7, right?
Okay, see, there you go. Go. So tell us why.
So, I've never considered it very lucky for me, but I've always had a bit of an attachment to it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
7 is one more than 6, which is half of 12. Which, alright, I realize there's not a lot of connection there, dude, but that's one reason. But 2.
You definitely did some math.
Like 12 was like a
I have
dozen.
an engineering degree and I still don't know what you're
12
getting
was
at.
like a
Yeah,
dozen.
12 dozen.
Half of that is 6.
S-
With 6 is like a baker's dozen, right?
No,
No.
13
Oh,
a
well,
baker's
the
dozen.
more you know. All right. Anyway, my point is, but also right, 7. I'm a big Halo 3 fan, dude. I loved Halo, just the whole franchise
Oh,
in
there it
general.
is.
Playing since Combat Evolved, and 777, always a big Bungie number, dude. The number 7.
That's true.
But
Bungie had the
Solid.
whole, they had a little bit of a fixation with 7. They always put little references to it.
yeah, and not only that, 7 is just like one of the strongest numbers.
It's a cool number.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
if you guys think about it, right? 6 is afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9. So 7.
I cannot believe this.
Yeah, we walked right into that one. Thank you, Sam. Very
No
cool.
problem, no problem.
I don't really have a lucky number. I don't have any number is really significant to me.
There's no point in your life where you were like, huh, like I'm like a 18 kind of guy.
Why are you 18 kind of guy?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
No, there's never been like a number where I'm like, this is my number.
All right.
Anytime I'm a avid gambler. I used to go every 6 months before the pandemic, and I would spend $20 at the casino. But I never had any like real number that I would put all my money on.
Okay, so there you go. That's, I guess, an extension of what I would ask. Is there any number that like you'd go into the casino with? But if
But
not,
I hate anything that requires brain power in the casino. If you say we got to play a table game, screw you. I'm not there to go play a table game. I'm ranting. I just want to look at the pretty colors on the machines that are just stealing my money. Why does no one understand this? Just let me have my $20 of fun and free sodas.
right?
God.
If you win, you win. If you lose, all right, you got out of it what you expected.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't have any lucky numbers. AJ, what do you got?
13. Now,
Okay.
this was all
Interesting.
a ruse for me to sort of tell a story and explain why. But I don't know if it's clear to you guys, but my last name is sort of right in the middle of the alphabet. Um,
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. So, do you remember back in like elementary school when like the class got like numbers? Like you got numbered in the class, where like, like whoever had the last name like A was like 1 or 2, and then you'd go down the list. And there's like 30 kids in your class or whatever, and you just had a number assigned with you. Maybe like you had like a locker assigned to you or something like that in that
We
way.
just got numbers, but we lost the names because they just didn't want to learn them.
Interesting.
No, we didn't actually get any numbers or names.
Well, the point is,
But
is that
continue.
is that when it like going through the like I guess the younger years of school, like there wasn't much change. Like it was all with the same kids. So every year I'd have the same number, and it was 13. Primarily because again, my name was like right there in the middle of the alphabet.
Yeah.
So and then like eventually like you start learning things and getting told stuff, and everyone's like, well, 13 is like an unlucky number, and I was like, well, I'm always number 13 for everything, so I don't really think it's unlucky. And then I just basically, I mean, my first gamer tag, Sam,
Yeah, true.
has a 13 at the end of it. A lot of my like usernames for things.
Oh, that explains why there's a 13 at the end of it.
Yeah, dude, 13 has always been a lucky number to me. I've never really understood why people are so like turned off or think it's unlucky because it's always been a number I associate with myself.
Do you get mad when a building doesn't have a 13th floor?
No, I just don't get it. I'm just confused. I'm like, I've always like whatever higher powers there be assigned me the number 13 just through like the luck of the draw way back when I was young. So I've just sort of rolled with that. And it's never really like, kicked me in the dick or anything. So there you go. I haven't fallen off the roof of a building. It's all good.
Oh, you got to knock on wood, dude.
As I always do, dude. Got my fake wood desk right here.
Oh, thank God. Dude, shout out to falling off roofs.
Max, do you consider yourself to be someone who's superstitious?
I have OCD, but I'm not. I guess that is superstitious. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll agree with you on that because in a way, I have like some OCD, and it's probably primarily because my dad is like super OCD. And I guess I just pick up on a lot of the stuff he does, or just picked up on his lifestyle. But anyway, yeah, just like little things, like I always like double or triple check, like my car's locked or certain doors
Yeah.
are closed or stuff like that. Which I guess, like, before that was like a medical diagnosis. Yeah, people probably just said like, "Oh, you're being superstitious." You know what I mean? So in a way, yeah, that counts.
Dude, Pokemon fucked me up as a kid.
Oh,
Saving like 4 or 5 times.
bro,
before it
everybody
closed.
did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but that carried on to like my life. I set my alarm clock 20 times before I go to bed.
Really?
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at like setting it once and then not looking at my phone.
Well,
But that was a big issue,
what I
especially during the coronavirus.
ooh, my workaround for that is on my phone. I set one alarm like 5 minutes early, and then I set a couple alarms like between like when I actually need to get up. Yeah, no,
I
for
do the
real. So
same
say,
thing.
yeah, okay, all right. So you know what
Wait,
I'm
you guys
talking
don't get up
about.
with the first alarm?
You
Well,
What are you
after
guys,
the first time
psychopaths?
I slept through an alarm or turned
Yeah.
it off in my sleep, bro, I have to set like 6.
yeah, because if you snooze that first one and you don't have subsequent alarm set, like too bad, so
Snooze?
sad. Well, what I'm saying is like
Snooze?
bro, I'm
Have
telling
you never
you.
turned off an alarm in your sleep, Max?
No, because I'm trained to get up as soon as it goes off.
Bro, I'm
you
like
have a stronger-
evolving with it. Like I have to figure out how to just to stay ahead in the arms racing
Put
against my
the-
alarm.
You gotta
Put the
outsmart
phone
yourself.
across the room and never hit the
Like
bed
I
again.
took a nap earlier today, right? Because I was passed out, and I woke up and my alarm had been going off for like 15 minutes, just shrieking at max volume, to like not even like
my
far away,
God.
just tucked in next to me, and I just did not
That's
wake
your
up.
issue. It's next to you. You got to put that shit across the room.
No,
man.
I
Oh,
didn't.
so
I
you
didn't
gotta get
snooze
up
it or
to go
anything.
get
It
it.
was just
Yeah,
blaring
it wouldn't have woke
next
him
to
up
me.
anyway.
Dude, I can't believe that. That just blows my brain.
No.
I can't believe people hit snooze.
No, hear me out. Because even if you snooze the first one, like your brain, once you start like getting out of like the fog of like a sleep, you're like, oh shit, like in a minute or like 30 seconds, like another alarm's about to go off. So you have to like start moving and you have to go in your phone and manually it's like defusing a bomb, dude. You got to like go in and like cut the wires on each subsequent alarm that's about to go off. That's how it works for me. Dude, it works for me.
I can't believe this.
What? How is this ridiculous? Sam and I do the same thing, dude.
I literally can't believe anyone does
you're the
that.
odd man out here.
Literally. Okay, so if it's not the weekend and it's the week, like a work week, I actually sleep in on the work week.
What, till like 7?
6:30. That's when I sleep in. 6:30, the alarm goes off, and I yell, "I'm up." And I get out of bed and I turn the alarm off.
You yell, I'm up? Who are you yelling to?
Yeah, I yell at my alarm clock. I say, I'm up. And it literally goes, it only rings once before I'm out of bed.
Oh,
and I turn it off.
Oh, there's like a voice thing for it?
No. I stand up and have to go walk across the room.
He's
and
just
turn
politely
it off.
informing his alarm that he's up.
I literally like Olympic sprint across my
room.
Wait,
so what's the difference between you setting your phone across the room as a tactic versus Sam and I setting multiple alarms? It accomplishes
because
the
you're
same
setting
goal.
Multiple alarms, but you're going to be more tired because you're laying in bed. You just got to get up and do it, dude.
Well, no.
Shia LaBeouf once said, "Just do it."
No, because by the time
he meant
make your
just said
true.
6
Get
alarms.
The fuck out of bed.
Yeah, because by the time even if you like snooze the first one or two, like more alarms are going to keep going off until I get up. So
true. And you have to give
mind.
your body time to acclimate to the fact that it's awake and has to do things. You
just did. You sprinted across the room.
If you sprint across the room, you're giving your body just a shock that it is once again exposed to the cold world that is our waking reality.
And you're up and you're ready to take the day.
Let me throw another wrench into things.
Diem.
Let me throw another wrench into things. Do you ever wake up like right before your alarm?
Yes.
Yeah, if I do, I get up.
I do that too.
If I wake up and I ask Alexa what time it is, and she's gonna go off because I just asked. If it's on the weekend and she says like 5:30, and I know I'm gonna get up at 6, I'll just get up then.
You got an extra half hour to your day, man.
Like when I'm working, bro, shoot, dude. I hate the fact because the alarm, it signals the start of your day, right? So I'll usually wake up like a minute before the alarm just so I don't have to hear it because I dread it that much.
So do you wake up a minute before the alarm, turn it off? And
no, I get up then, but.
Oh, okay. But on the weekend, you just let it ring.
Max, that's a pretty good habit, putting your phone across the room.
Yeah, just this way you have to get up, and once you're moving, you're not gonna go late.
I should probably
as soon as the alarm goes off, I yell I'm up. I get out of bed, I turn it off. I don't really yell. I just say I'm up. And I turn off the alarm, and then I make my bed.
Oh, so is the purpose of the I'm up informing your body that you are up?
No, I'm just yelling at the alarm clock so it'll stop, but it doesn't stop.
There you go. It's your OCD.
Yeah, the OCD kicking in. And then you make the bed this way you don't lay back down.
See, I also have.
I won't lay down in a made bed.
Oh, that's smart. See, I have a whole nother aspect to things. I have 2 cats who like to sleep on my bed, but they're also like
an issue.
Well, they're also like up and about at weird hours. Sometimes though they'll come in the morning, like, and I don't know how they know. They just know like I'm about to get up. So like it's a work morning. It's real early. And they'll come in at like before 6 o'clock and jump on the bed. And sometimes that'll wake me up. Or they'll meow at me until I wake up. And I'm like, well, there you go. Now I'm awake.
Yo, shout out to the cats, dude.
Yeah.
They said, fuck your sleep. You don't need it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they usually jump on the bed, wake me up just so they can like make room and then fall asleep next to me.
Dude, that's how you got to do it.
They're so selfish.
So speaking of sleep, what did you guys learn today?
Wait,
how are we rolling this down?
Dude, oh yeah, we got to go in order. What am I doing?
Sam, what are you thinking?
Right.
What did you
I
learn
learned that in, give another 20, 30 years, we might become political rivals, man.
Dude, true.
The old guard versus your political party, and we got to see who's coming out on top. Because I will protect our country and England from a future of pants being pooped without repercussions.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Solid take, though. AJ, what did you learn?
I learned that John Cena can be seen on the movie screen. I thought it was I thought it was impossible to see him, but apparently he shows up on film. So
today I learned we could successfully do a podcast without a school story. Thank you.
We made it to the end. Without the mention.